The humble truth is that our opposition leadership, they just want to be included in the government. There is nothing that these bipartisan talks are supposed to yield. The only thing the bipartisan talk is to yield is to create a position which I believe that they should have asked for. Honestly, the official opposition leader was a mistake that was not put in our constitution, but it should have been there. William Ruto tried to talk about how to address the winner take it all situation during the launch of BBI, but they didn't pay attention to it. Instead, they allowed us to go to election without a platform through which those who have lost are able to be included in the government. The truth is that we need an opposition. We don't need a collective government. Our government must have a team that is more looking at them in terms of oversight. And so, checks and balances are very necessary. Therefore, I believe what the opposition leaders want is the official opposition leader in parliament, so that they can consult their issues, they can deal with the matters as brought in parliament, and not to be included in the government. Already we have a government in place, and this government is already delivering service to the people, and it is very necessary that we give them time. In fact, this running up and down has only been delayed, has only taken time in delaying the government from delivering on its promises. The most indomitable thing that, and is very honorable, that the opposition leader needs to do, together with this opposition brigade, is to officially request for the position of official opposition leader, so that they can keep the government in check and not to fight the government. It has been a long time running up and down, but I believe that the talks at Bomas should yield a position of opposition in parliament, so that they can run their things. At the same time, I heard the opposition leaders talking about lack of fertilizer. The truth of the matter is that the government made available fertilizer in all places, including our regions, even in Rongo, Migori, everywhere. But the sensitization part did not take place in our side. Other communities, those who are interested in fertilizers, who were sensitized, and they ended up giving chance to the fertilizer. Instead, our people were told that those fertilizers are bad, they are too expensive, so our people did not take up the fertilizer. But if you look at the fertilizer uptake rate in our region, is very low. Fertilizer is lying in the stores. Instead of our leaders telling the people to go and take those fertilizers so that they use, even in the short run period that we are having just in the future, they have decided to go politicking. They have decided to go attacking the government with an intention of being called on a dialogue table. The other day I saw them attacking the ambassador of America. The United States ambassador said the truth which occurred, that elections were over, they were conducted in a free, fair and verifiable manner, and that Kenyans are supposed to accept and move on. The opposition has still refused to accept. We have seen several governors have accepted. I saw Simbarati yesterday telling the president, it's actually the president. If you really want to move this country forward, we don't have to go into these back and forth games. Let the opposition be open and let it be put to the media, as Ndinti Nyoro said it. Let it be public that what do they want. If they want position of official opposition leader in parliament, let them be granted at Boma, so that constitution be amended to allow that to take place. And if they want to make life simple for Kenyans, then let them propose their idea, whether on public media. They don't have to sit in a round table to propose what they want. They can write that petition to the president and make it be known. Or they can take it to parliament if they want to discuss it with the president. But this issue of calling for diplomats to come and sit people at Bomas to waste time to push nothing which will not even come, I think we have to be genuine to each other. It is high time they accepted that elections were conducted and results were there, and that those results were not favorable to them. At the same time, you also have to evaluate if they want to check the extent to which elections was conducted and they lost, then they need to first of all check from their, Azimio needs to check from their stronghold how they lost that election. It is not something that was lost on that the announcement date. It was lost in a long process of nomination up to culminating into election. So I think fertilizer is there. Our people must go and take the fertilizer, because they are lying at 2,500 today in all our regions. And whichever region that doesn't have a fertilizer, store, let us know. Let it be known that this place doesn't have fertilizers, and it will be sent immediately. But if our people don't want to go and buy the fertilizers which are there, it is not correct. Let our leaders sensitize our people to go and take fertilizer instead of telling them that they want some server open, which will not be open. We have leaders who I don't know what has happened to them. Honorable Pio and I, together with ODN leaders, instead of coming to the ground to tell our people to embrace agriculture, to go back to the farm, to go and take fertilizers to go and use in their farms, to encourage for service delivery, there is no development they are coming around with. They are only coming to talk about politics, to go talk about UDA. UDA is a force which has already come. There's nothing they are going to do about it. People are embracing the fact that they don't want to be in a losing team every day. They go there, they lose. They go there, they lose. Every time they lose. Who is willing to remain a loser every time? So our people have chosen a path of UDA because this is the only option we have. Migori is already taken over by UDA. Omabay is getting taken over by UDA. Kisumu is on the way. Siaya is already halfway gone. So I don't know what they are protecting. At the same time, you can even see the team next to Raila is gone. Raila has remained with only Martha Karua, Mwangi, Iria, and some people who cannot even lead him to anything. So the people, we have teams like Nyanza is doing well here in Migori, Nyatike. We have so many people. We have Mark Nyameta, we have Paula Bur. These are leaders who are elected and they are doing best in delivering for UDA. So let our leaders come to the ground to talk development, not to talk politics, because UDA is an option which our people will not leave. They have taken it up, and UDA is, Nyanza region is turning into yellow. The truth of the matter is that the government made available fertilizer in all places, including our regions, even in Rongo, Migori, everywhere. But the sensitization part did not take place in our side. Other communities, those who are interested in fertilizers, were sensitized, and they ended up giving chance to the fertilizer. Instead, our people were told that those fertilizers are bad, they are too expensive, so our people did not take up the fertilizer. But if you look at the fertilizer uptake rate in our region, it's very low. Fertilizer is lying in the stores. Instead of our leaders telling the people to go and take those fertilizers so that they use, even in the short run period that we are having just in the future, they have decided to go politicking. They have decided to go attacking the government with an intention of being called on a dialogue table. Now, even if we become honest, currently most of our people have not produced maize because they were told not to do. But these same leaders are producing maize. In fact, they are farming in the Rift Valley and those other parts of the country. While in our region, they know there is no maize. They are the ones who are going to buy those maize, and then they will come supplying to us, in fact supplying our schools. Most of them are the ones who are supplying our schools with maize. Most of them are the ones who are supplying our tertiary colleges and the prisons with maize. And they will go and collect their maize which they have grown elsewhere, and for us here, they have kept you here carrying sufuria on your head, yet for them, they are taking the same fertilizer you don't take, and they are using it to farm. Wait, after 2 months or 3 months, they are going to collect your maize which you have produced here, keep it somewhere, and then they will return it to you to cheat you that this is your maize and you should reject some other maize. Currently, you can hear many of them saying, oh, some people from the Rift Valley or Central Kenya are coming to buy maize from our place. It is not true. People who have been coming to buy maize are their brokers. These brokers are the ones they are using to come and buy maize, but now they have clashed, they have differed because of the quantities each and everyone is buying, because the shortage already in our area. So they will bring those maize back to you and sell to you at a very exorbitant price, yet they have made you not to go and cultivate yours. Let us go back to the farm, my people. Let us go cultivate. Let us listen to the voice of reason coming from the government and the president, that we must go back to the farm. We will not lower cost of food if we don't produce that food ourselves. That is the truth. And that is what UDA stands for. Let us, as a region, we must accept the truth and forget about unnecessary politics and proceed with productive engagement.